All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I am Aven, joined by Momo. We're getting ready to hop in. TK versus Aware is going to be the next matchup. This should be a dandy.
Exactly. You've got Aware Gaming, obviously from the UK. One of the powerhouses from America, obviously TK. Changed the roster up a little bit. It's going to be exciting to see, definitely.
Well, we've had 3-0 on both sides so far at both of our stations here. This is one we had Aware at COD Champs. They made it further than any European team. TK, a team that is, God, I feel like they're either in that, like, top 3 to 4 spot, or sometimes the 5 to 8. They're all over the place, really, in the American scene. I mean, they've been really up and down, but certainly a top team. This is one I think could go 4 or 5 games. I don't think we're going to get a 3-0 with this one.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you. I mean, Aware have obviously had a recently added Rated to their team from Infused. Have potentially made it stronger. But again, TK coming off the back of UGC Niagara win. Obviously, the bigger tournaments, that kind of stuff, but
they're UGC. It's a win. They were missing a lot of the top teams there, though. A little bit of an easier road to victory than you'll get a lot of the, invite-only events or season championships for MLG or COD Champs, whatever it might be. But we are getting ready to kick it off with game number 1 here. But I gotta say, I'm going 3-1 TK. That one took a long time to get out of my mouth.
I'm gonna go 3-2.
Okay.
To TK.
All right. Well, here we are. We're going to kick it off. It's going to be BioLab Hardpoint. You'll see a lot of the familiar 5-map rotations as we are doing game number 1 in all of our groups today. So all the teams are going to be playing once today as we lead into a lot more action tomorrow. Who do you want to kick things off with here, Momo?
Let's jump on board with the guys from TK. I want to start on board with Goonchar. He's using the SMG. They are on that position where they can get into the hill a little bit quicker than obviously Aware. And it's going to be interesting to see how Aware tackle that, whether they're going to go for the flank, whether they're just going to go all out. It looks like they're going to be pushing towards that green side. They're actually going to challenge quite quickly here. Goonchar is going to come up against one, takes down Rated, trading, and it looks like 2 apiece there for Aware and TK. TK taking the lead 7-8-0 right now.
All right, and as we kick in here, we'll be able to get on the Oracle mode for you guys just so we can see the players coming in here. I'm sorry, the COD vision here, as we do see Watson able to pick up one, but early 14-0 lead for TK. The big thing for me here is this is a, staples of TK, just thinking back over the last almost like 2 years. Neslo's been kind of in and out. Theory, though, been with that team so long. He had a little stint with FaZe Red, but for the most part, he's been, bled Team Caliber for the most part, both those guys. The new additions are going to be Nameless coming over from Envy, and then you're going to have from FaZe, you have Parasite. 2 phenomenal players, and so far, these guys have been gelling pretty well. We'll see how this series is going to go for them.
Absolutely. Like you just said, we're going to go into the next rotation. It looks like it's going to be pretty much in the hands of TK. Nameless getting taken out there, and Parasite is on the hill on his own. Let's jump on board with him. He's got 3 captures to his name, and he's on a 3-kill streak right now. Laser sight on his ASM-1. A little bit different, not something we usually see too much in Europe. However, getting taken down there, all looks
They've been in complete control. We do see Watson get one before he is going to drop. 35-point advantage right now going on for TK as they keep rolling.
And you've got to take into consideration as well this next rotation into the blue room. It is so vital. I mean, we can see a 40-point lead here for the guys from TK, but if Aware lock this down, which it doesn't look like they're going to do, as Sharp picks up a big 2-piece, they obviously could come back, but Sharp is just putting his stamp on this game right now. Got to follow that up with Parasite and Goonjar. 60 points already on the board with only 2 minutes gone.
Oh, my. Sharp just getting work done with his bow right now at top blue. Able to get the assist on that one before he falls. Just under 8 to play. 50 seconds left in this blue hard point. The advantage just keeps growing and growing for TK, as that's going to be 3 down right now for Aware. They've got complete control.
Yeah, I like the fact that Nameless was the only one alive there. He still managed to keep control of the hill. Teammates backed him up, and as you can see, he's going on a tear right now. 2 kills in a row. Nameless is still getting point after point, pushing out a little bit, putting a few kills down for himself, but that lead is just extending TK's favor.
All right, we're on with Nameless. He's 10 and 6 right now. He's got a little bit of help in this one. About 20 seconds here. The rotation's going to be coming up as we'll see who can get set up for this one. But so far, I mean, just look at the scoreboard. This has been TK, 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 completely demolishing. And they started out a little bit slow in the slaying department, but they're all starting to rock right now. As Nameless, gunfight he should have won, will drop the PD. 2 down for either side right now.
Yeah, PD has gained a few points back from him on the scrap time of this point, but it is going into rotation. And again, that looks like it's been done late by both teams. Nameless picking up an important 2-piece. I've got to say, looking at the kill-death ratio here, Watson is on 17 and 8, but it's not relating to the score. What is he doing right? What's he doing wrong here? It looks like he's picking up all the kills for his team, but they're just not getting the points on the board.
I mean, really, just right now, he's the only one doing it. I mean, he's at 18 and 8, but look at the other side. You have 6 and 17 right now for Joe, -6 for Rated, -4 for PD. You know, obviously, slaying doesn't tell the whole story, but when you have one person going off, that's not enough to get it done. You really need a team effort, or at least, at the very least, 2 players going off, 3. You can't just have it be one like it is right now. But still, impressive stuff right now from Watson. I mean, we know he can do that. He can go off. He is a slayer for the squad. He will put up monster numbers.
Yeah, and that's what he's best at doing, but he does need his teammates to pick it up. You can see on Team Caliber here, Parasite, Nameless, 15 and 9, Goonshaw and Sharp obviously all putting a shift in here, extending their lead. They're in 90-point lead right now, but Aware are going to pick up the scrap points once again. Not something that you want to continue.
All right, we'll see Goon fall here. A couple down for either side. Advantage right now, going to be 90 points. You see Joe trying to get the drop kick in, will get the assist. Hill contested right now is everyone flying in from either side. PD gets shots in, but he is eventually going to fall as well. And it looks like if they can get these last couple of players, Control is going to ship. But look at Watson, great job staying alive. He's able to get one before he falls, but now TK locking it down.
Absolutely. Jumping on board with Sharp here. I want to see the objective play that he's doing, using the SM1. 2 kills to his name straight away as I jump on board with him. This is going in pretty much the second half shortly. 30 more seconds left on this hill, and it looks like it's all in favour of TK. Aware doing absolutely everything they can. Watson has to pick up a 3-piece. 1 on his own team. He picked up another. Can he pick up that 4th? Rated cleans him up.
We'll give him the 4-piece. Yeah. I don't care that one was on his team. He was shooting everything in sight right now. You see on the kill feed, well, they actually had the 3 in the hill there for a second, but everyone going to fall. 5-minute mark. We are going to have our second rotation here as everyone pushes towards circle.
Yeah, Nameless getting rid of those gas canisters. Gonna get control of this this second rotation. Again, kill feed, Parasite, Sharp putting up big numbers. Nameless going to add 1 to himself. Doesn't get shut down by PT, and it is a 100-point lead. TK are just extending that lead slowly and slowly.
And you'll see just a really balanced effort coming out right now. I mean, Parasite leading the way, 22 and 17. He was on a 5 streak there before the canisters take him out, but he also has 8 captures to his name. And Sharp, you know, you usually see Sharp do a bit of objective work, but you saw he was top blue. He pulled out that bow, getting slaying done, opening up lanes for his squad, really able to cover Parasite in the hill for a long period of time there. And it's not something we'll see Sharp do all the time, but he is getting some big slaying, big kills coming in.
Yeah, the thing about Sharp that I love is so versatile in what he can do. I mean, usually we see that objective play, but at the start we saw him pulling that ball out, like you said, and obviously putting big kills up for his team. Currently, 23 and 20 going positive. Again, the lead is being extended. The rotation's going to come in to this escalator side. PT is set up for the guys in Aware, and it looks like Aware are pretty well set up.
Yeah, they've got 4 here. They've got the back spawn, but how long can they hold it? PD gets 1. Can he get 2? No, he will fall. He was pretty tagged up there. Joe gets 1. Rady gets another. They've killed the first rotation, so spawn coming in looks like they spawn kind of mid-map in green. They're going to be flying in now, though. Can they hold off this second push from TK?
It looks like it's going each way at the moment. It is going to stay in Aware's favour. They have 2 people on the hill, PT being one of them. Let's jump on board with him. 22 and 25. Can he make this neutral? At least doesn't, and gets shut down by Sharp there. Again, I've got to say, it's been pretty much all Aware on this hill. Is it going to be enough with only 3 minutes and 30 left on the clock and be down by 130 points?
It's crazy how fast this game plays. I mean, you saw Aware hold off basically, I think it was 2, maybe 3 full pushes there from TK. They really shut it down, did a great job. But before it was even the halfway point, I think 32 seconds left in this one, they couldn't deal with yet another push. It's so difficult. You have to deal with such consistent challenging, so much aggression because how fast-paced this game is. Eventually they will fall. And that hill, despite looking so good for them early, ends up being basically a split.
Yeah, absolutely. You're spot on there, Maven. And I've got to say, going into this blue hill, 200 points have already been broken here by the guys from Team Caliber. Parasite looking for his 30 bomb, got 10 captures to his name. I mean, that's more than his whole team combined. However, putting in a great shift here. Goonshaw with a double kill himself. Looking at a little bit low on health. Got to sit back for the remainder of that, get his health back. But this is going to go in favor of Aware. Let's see what he can do. Aware PT in the hill right now.
Yeah, 1 trying to flood in the window, 1 come from behind. Nice 180 there as he's able to pick up yet a second kill. Checks window. Joe got another, rated another, and that was the entire squad of TK wiped out. But And here they're holding it past the 30-second point. So this is where they kind of struggled in that last one. They couldn't deal with push after push after push. But now they're starting to fly in. We'll probably see a couple points. The garbage time going to go to TK. And that's going to put them very, very close to that 250 mark as we go to the fourth hill.
Yeah, the great thing about that, and I like the way TK kind of almost pinned them in, jumped in every single angle and took every single kill, and it worked perfectly for them. Does get shut down, and Aware do gain control once again, but with only 2 minutes left on the clock, they need pretty much every single point on the board. Aware need to step it up right now. Jumping on board, PT, currently 28 and 29, he's going to get shut down by Sharp. The hill is going to go in control, with Nameless taking control of that point.
Yeah, and this is one you almost think that Aware had to take, just because when you talk about an S&D team, any team that has Parasite, I feel, is always a top S&D when we look back to the FaZe squad. Before that, Envy. I know they went on that huge run with him on the squad in S&D. He is a formidable opponent for sure in that particular game type, and a game 2 is going to be so scary. This one, technically, let's see, there's what, 80 seconds left. They're trailing by 100. Yeah, so this one's going to be mathematically impossible right now for Aware. I'm sure they're going to hit the 250 margin with what's left. So excellent job here from TK in game number 1.
Yeah, and again, we like to stay away from kill-death ratios as much as possible. Watson looks like he's taking his foot off the gas in that respect, but Parasite, Nameless, Sharp, and except Goonjar just 31 and 32, every single one of them positive, putting big numbers up for his team, and that's just reflecting in the score, 226 to 140 right now.
A lot of it. I mean, again, even when we saw, I think it was up to I think it was like 45-15, something like that early on.
Oh, yeah.
You saw the slaying in favor of Aware, but they were still trailing big time. For me, the big thing, and you really saw it, at Eskies there, when you saw push after push after push coming, eventually they couldn't hold it. TK, you've seen be a very good team at pushing together. 3 or 4 are always flying at you. You're not going to see those 1-2 player pushes. They had very good team coordinated pushes, and I didn't see that really from Aware.
Yeah, I completely agree. There was a few occasions on the blue point, and also that middle biolab as well. You just saw there 4 down for Aware, and that's what kind of puts them in such a bad spawn, and obviously gives so much control away to TK. We're going to finish that 250 to 149 in favor of TK. Very dominant performance, and yeah, I would say in quite east that was for TK.
It takes a lot of discipline. You know, this game's so fast, and you can get back to the hill so fast that you die so many times. You'll see players just get up and they're immediately just dashing quickest way they can go straight to that hill and try to bust in. But really, just delaying a second or really paying attention to your route to make coordinated push with your team can be so huge. I was so impressed with TK on multiple hills, how they coordinated, how they pushed together. Great game from Parasite. Look at that, 35 and 30, 65 engagements, a 1.17 ratio, and 12 captures.
Wow, I mean, the 12 captures is the one that stands out for me there. So objective-based, yet putting big numbers up for his team. Yeah. It's just what you want from a player. And like you said, he's almost a master at the search and destroy, but to do that as well in a game like Hardpoint, which is a game which is a must-win straight away, you know, it's such a great player to see. And Parasite, obviously, he's had his very ups in Call of Duty in a few downs.
Well, yeah.
He'll come back strong.
You couldn't say it better. I mean, think back to Black Ops 2, one of the, I could say, most well-rounded players in that game. COD Ghost, he struggled. Flat out, he struggled. It was not a good game for him. Now he's back. One of the most well-rounded players again. You can't really pick out too many. I mean, you can talk about character and sometimes headbutting with his teammates. You can say all that stuff, but when it comes to actual gameplay, what he is able to do in a series, not many people do it better than Parasite. It's very, very fun to watch. But S&D, who are you taking here? Are you going to go with the European team? Are you going to take them? You said you took a 3-2, didn't you? Well, they have to win this if you're taking a 3-2. They're not going down 2-0.
I mean, to go down 2-0,
they're getting swept.
I know. I've got to agree with you in that aspect, but Parasite, to go against Parasite and Search and Destroy is a bold statement. I've kind of already said it, so I'm not going to go back on my word. I'm hoping Aware can,
you have to take
pull
Aware
something down the back. Yeah.
All right.
But it's going to be a good game.
I'm going with Team Caliber.
Okay.
TK all day. But we should be ready to hop into game 2 in just a second here. It should be Detroit S&D again. We're going to the same rotation as we are in the first series of the day.
So, Detroit, Search and Destroy, again, we're going to jump on board with the attacking team. Obviously, we've got those school pushes. It's almost quite easy to read when you do go that, but when you get into school and you can lock that down, it's almost quite hard to break from a defensive point.
Yeah.
Again, obviously, on the A-bomb site, it's a bit more open, but once you've got control of that and that bomb down, you know, the power's in your hands.
Yeah, this will be. We saw the first series. It was Denial versus Hyper Games, and you saw a really big mix. I mean, Clay started out 8-0. You saw them play kind of passive for picks with the sniper. You saw them get really aggressive. You know what? They did one thing I really liked off the rip. They were on defense. They put all 4 pushed A hard and did a hard flank right away. Completely caught Hyper Games off guard. We'll see if we catch that at all, because usually you'll see that done by teams at least once this series. We'll see if they'll pull that one out.
Yeah, and that was a game that I mean, obviously I was casting here on the Challenger stage, so I missed the Denial game. Yep. But
pretty similar outcomes.
Yeah, I think obviously from TCM when they played obviously on Detroit Search and Destroy, they against made some very bold moves. Jerd was ecstatic with a sniper rifle, something we didn't see in Fuse bring any snipers, and usually on Detroit you'd see, at least 1, maybe 2 players with that, Moors in hand.
Typically, yeah, you'll see a lot of big picks. Usually, I mean, yeah, like you said, you'll see sometimes 2 players sniping, typically at least 1. We saw Clay on the other side get a really sick 2-piece with the snipe and a 1v2. We'll see if we get some big plays like that. But who is your player? I'm picking from the TK side. I picked him to win. I'm taking Mr. Chris Duarte, Parasite, to go off. Who are you taking from Aware to really go off in this one?
Well, I'm going to pick Joshua Watson, also known as Watson.
Joshua Watson.
But he's, I think he's a player which, on this team especially, and now they've swapped it up a little bit, kind of takes the leadership role in a way.
Okay.
And he's almost the Parasite of their team. He's the one who will make the calls. I've been on this team. I've played with Aware.
So your in-game leader.
Exactly, that's it. But I've got to say, and I'll say it every single time that I cast PT, he will either get first blood or be first blooded from the other team.
Oh, I've 100% seen that. I'm remembering back to Champs and Ghost, and I can't try and remember. It was like Octane, some matchup that I casted with him, and I think it was like the first 3 rounds. He goes out, gets first blood, and then got first blood the next like 6 rounds in a row. Just could not get anything going. It's great to have a player like that when they get real streaky and they just have a feeling for where that pick's going to be, and they do an excellent job. But on the other side, getting a little overzealous sometimes can really catch you.
It's almost like instinct, and even going back to Black Ops 2 days, he would go for and use his pure kind of gun skill to go into a battle which he knows someone's going to be there and almost just outgun them. Yeah. But when he comes up against players like Parasite and obviously the guys from TK and people that
positioning
is
so important. You can't a lot of times you can't overcome that. Yeah, this game plays fast. Yeah, you have the dash advantage, so you get a little more of a, I want to call it kind of a peeker's advantage. Like the guy flying in with that dash or double jump is a little bit more difficult to deal with than previous titles. But still, if you have one of these players set up on a head glitch and you're flying around a corner, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to win that gunfight against these type of players.
And when you've got someone like Goonjar who can, just be like a bot behind something like that, I think that's where PT may struggle. So if we're on the attack of T straight away, I say we either go on board with PT, and who would you want to jump on board with? Is it Parasite?
Oh, we're going with Parasite.
He's
going to have a big play. He's going to get 2, possibly 3 kills in this first round. Heck, he might get 4. Now I picked everything but 1 at this point, so I have a good chance of winning.
Okay, let's jump on board.
Yeah, we're going Parasite.
Yeah, let's jump on board with Parasite.
I know we have. I think we have a lot of Aware fans in the crowd. I'm sorry. From the United States of America. I'm rooting for TK. I take that back. I'm a caster. I'm completely unbiased. That's not true. I'm rooting for everyone.
TK obviously taking the first map there on Hardpoint. Can they take the second? Jumping on board Parasite. Using an AK-12 is that in hand. Something that we don't really see too much in European players. But let's see what he can do with this.
Yeah, I think it was Parasite and Drifter on Twitter were going back and forth. This was, I'm talking a month or 2 ago. And just him saying like the reasons why it's better than the Battle. Like there's so many things that it does better. He's a big fan of it, and I've seen him have big plays. But right now, it looks like we're playing kind of that wait and pick game. No one getting too aggressive right now, except the bomb carrier might try to push in. You see hit markers coming in for Parasite, able to tag one up as he is going to nade bin map. It looks like we are going to have a trade going to come out in favor of Envy as they have a 4-3 advantage.
Yeah, you can see there 3-2 now. A PT and Rated all left alone. There's going to be a B push here. Bomb is going to be planted. However, there is a PT, I believe. It is PD. Let's see what he can do. Just jumping on the other side for a second. Battle in hand. I think the bomb is going to go down. He doesn't know exactly what he can do right now. Just backing off.
He's like, I'm out of here. I'm going to link up with my teammate here as we try to push together on mid-street. But there is a player there opposite mid-box. Someone checks the window as well. That is Parasite. And the last player will fall. So first round going to go to Parasite and crew as they will take a 1-0 advantage in game number 2 S&D here on Detroit.
Absolutely, and that's what I like about that kind of school point and getting them. But once the bomb is down, the power is all in your hands, and the opposition, obviously, PT there, he had to make the first move. He had to go in and try and do something special. And at 3 versus 2, it was very tough to do so.
And that's kind of effort you love to see out of a team when they get a victory. 1 kill for each member, everyone contributing there. Nameless going to get the plant and a kill. Everyone on the board. Sharp, the only one to fall. But we will switch over now. We are going to be the offensive side.
This is what I mean about PE.
PE here, he's flying in.
He just doesn't stop. The overclock goes on. He's first.
He's like, oh, you guys going to catch up now? I'm going to wait here.
Exactly, and that's it. And he stopped his overclock. He's slowed down a little bit, just cycling through the players there. You can see Joe is the one watching the flank. It's going to be all of the other 3 players, PT, Rated, and Watson, pushing into the school, and only 1 player from TK is in that school. It's Nameless.
And can they win this one? He's able to get the headshot. So PD, like you said, there's that first blood. We'll see if he can keep that going here. You see the nades coming in. So many nades coming in.
Yeah, PT using that dash and exoskeleton to his advantage. He's going to jump in. Does get taken down by Parasite. Rated answering back and trading well. I thought
Parasite got the other player as well. I was like, dear God, that was a disgusting double. But only able to get 1. You got Watson here, able to pick up the assist. It is going to be a 2 versus 1. Goonjar going to be left here trying to take on Joe and Watson.
He is going to spot Joe 1 versus 2. This is a tough job, especially when Watson and Joe are so close together. Joe is going to go for that plant you can see on your map. Goonjar's going to have to do something special right now. He has spotted them. He knows both players are in B. Does get taken down. That's quite a bold play from the guys in Aware to actually poke and challenge Goonjar there.
Yeah, especially with one of the players that has arguably, I mean, when you talk about just accurate players when it comes to their BAL, Goon, when he's feeling good, he doesn't really miss very often, but nice shots coming in from Watson. If there's someone on this team that I think can go toe-to-toe, just in a pure slaying standpoint, it's definitely going to be him. You saw the accurate shots coming there. Able to take out Goon. We're going to be tied up 1-1.
Okay, let's stay on board with Goonjar here. You can see cycle through his weapons. Is just going to be using the BAL. No sniper on his team. Does watch the cross there. He's probably called out that Joe has gone to B. But I like the fact that they've kind of taken the foot off the gas. They've stepped back a little bit. And again, we're in this position where, he's kind of playing for that first pick.
All right.
Sharp with the bomb.
We'll see Sharp here. On the steps, they're playing it pretty slow. I mean, they've been favoring, obviously, B-side. We haven't seen an A push at all, but he gets caught there. They did not expect the player on the left side there by window, and that's going to be Joe. Able to get the first blood. They will be able to trade, so 3 versus 3 here.
Nameless answering back, picking up, trading that kill. It does go in favor of Aware as Parasite and Sharp have both fell. Only Joe to fall on the Aware team. It looks like the rotation's coming in from Nameless through the middle of the map. And it looks like if I can just jump on board with Goonjar, he's right behind the whole team of Aware. He does take out 1, leveling up, 2 versus 2.
Alright, so it's going to be Goon and Nameless here up against PD and Watson. You have Goon here kind of at the back spawn. He's not really near any of the action, but Nameless is able to catch him. He has 1 player in behind. They should link up here. They got to make sure if 1 falls, they're able to get the trade. Yeah,
absolutely, and they've done that in great fashion. They've swapped over to B quite quickly. Only 20 seconds left on the clock here. Let's jump on board with P. Let's see if we can pick something up very, very special. I think the other team are going to actually hear him going for that dash. He's going to take a few bullets. Does challenge, and it looks like he's going to be in a very tough position.
Yeah, he would have had to stop that plan, I think, really to have a chance here. But let's see if he can work a miracle. He said he's Mr. First Blood. He's Mr. First Down. He's going to drop there. 2-1 advantage right now for Envy.
Okay, let's see what Pete can do. I want to see what Pete can do in this next round. Obviously, he was kind of left in a bit of a difficult position there. Teammates Watson and Rated. I mean, Watson was one to watch for myself. Currently 1 and 2, not having the best games, but so much time to pick that up and change that around. And if there's any player to do it on Aware, it is going to be Watson. Let's jump on board with Raid. We've not seen too much of him so far.
All right, Rated 1 and 3 right now, struggling a little bit to get going. He is going to switch classes here. We'll see him with the ASM1 as he's going to push through Garage. He's got, well, 1 player moving with him. He already has, that's probably Petey there. It already flew up over a wall. So he's set up and ready to go.
I mean, he's just so fast off the start, and to be fair, he's doing it and then just slowing down for his team, so it's not really benefiting him. However, we do have 1 player sneaking through the middle. He's on Atlas building. That is Goonjar. Is he going to make a... I think he's actually sitting inside. However, Rated is going to come face-to-face with Nameless. I mean, going around this corner, you just know you're going to be, a gun in your face straight away, and that's why he's going to throw that grenade out. Wow.
That was perfect. That nade, yeah, went right into Nameless's pocket. Incredible stuff there. Nameless has been sitting on that head glitch basically every single time, so good awareness there to take him out. 3 versus 3 now. Goon, though, able to pick up 2 on the flank. PD and Watts have to be so frustrated.
Yeah, I mean, Goonjar, that was such a good flank. He came through garage, picked up 1. The defuse is actually going down. I don't think Joe or Rated are going to spot that. He's going to be left on one. Can he take out the player defusing the bomb?
Oh, he
not
can't.
Have time.
He takes out the player
Wow.
in the doorway. And I think he might have had time, but the dash was a little bit awkward. It didn't get an angle on the guy defusing and didn't have time to clean it up. So good heads-up play there from TK.
Absolutely. I was going to say, if he managed to get that kill, I'm not sure about how much time was on the clock for the other player, which probably would have killed him to pick that up. However, does get taken down 3-1 in advantage for Team Caliber. Parasite just taking
I feel like if he dashed forward there and gave himself an angle, he might have been able to stop it. But the dash, he had to take, another couple steps there to even get an angle on the diffuser. So works out in the favor of TK. 3-1 advantage here in game number 2. If you are just tuning in, game 1 pretty handily went to TK.
Yeah, I mean, the slaying was just too much for Aware to handle. They're trying to answer back in this search and destroy, but TK still leading at 3-1 right now. 3 versus 3. Sharp's in a bit of a sticky situation here. He's going to throw his Semtex out, and he's got to get out of there, surely. He's making that dash away. Rated does take down Goonjar. 3 versus 2 in favor of Aware.
That's back-to-back rounds where Joe was able to play that kind of left side. They're so worried about the entry kill there on the bomb site that both times he was there kind of in that window room, able to get that easy kill. But both times it has been traded. However, this time works out in the favor of Aware as they do have the 3-2 advantage. We'll see if Parasite and Sharp can make the clutch.
I mean, just looking at the minimap, I've just highlighted PT who's flanking around there. He really needs to make a kill if he does die. However, Watson picks up the kill himself. I think that was a bit of a hard situation. Sharp's going to be left in 1 versus 3, 20 seconds. This is just a very, very big ask for him. A lot of pressure on his shoulders, but I don't think he's going to be able to pull it off.
All right, he will fall. So 3-2. They're trying to climb back in this one. Sharp and Nameless not able to win that 2v3. Watson with the final kill cam.
Absolutely. Again, this is a lot closer. I mean, a bit back and forth, obviously, with the defense and attack than the hard point. It's something that I was quite confident that Aware might step it up. But, again, on the attack, Aware to bring this level, they need to win this attack. Let's jump on board with PE. He's 2-4 at the minute. His fast plays aren't paying off right now, but it looks like they're actually switching this up and going for an A push.
Oh, God, and there's, I think, a 3-stack here today. So they sniff this out. PD just destroys Sharp, though. I don't know what just happened there. Sharp got the first shots. PD shot him in the toe, and he dropped. He must have got some help from a teammate, though. Nade comes in from Goon. Goon going to be last alive, though, in a 1 versus 3. I don't know how PD won that gunfight.
No, I mean, that's what he does. He just kind of runs in. It's like he's no fear. And sometimes it pays off. I thought straight away, he's messed this up. He's died.
Well, Sharp should have got that kill.
Yeah,
100%.
Definitely. But was Sharp not expecting it?
That's
Did it
true,
kind of come off guard a little bit?
Tying his shoe.
Yeah. And inevitably, Aware won that round, tying it up to 3-3. TK will be on the attack here, and I think most of the wins, victories have come from the attacking side.
That's tough because they've been playing for the most part TK, at least I believe in kind of in that 2-2 split. They've had kind of 2 at A, 2 at B. They actually 3-stacked that time, had a pretty good triangle in and around that A site, but just the aggression from PD opened the door, and they shut it down. So great stuff.
Yeah, Goonjar just watching the crosshair. Let's jump on board with someone a little bit more in the action. That's going to be Parasite. Does get taken down by PT again. First blood for PT. He's not afraid to get in the face of TK, and he's doing exactly that right now.
I'm pretty sure all 4 of his kills are first blood. At least 3 that I can think of.
And probably his 5 deaths have all been
all first bloods.
It looks like the bomb is actually being planted. It does get stopped by Rated. It's going to be a 2 versus 2. Goonjar Nameless versus Joe and PT. Everyone's backed off. The bomb is down at B, and both teams will know that.
Goon might be able to catch one here from the flank. I don't think they're going to expect him. They probably thought he went to help his teammate out there, but PD going to get the fist to the face on Nameless. Goon, we've seen him in this spot a couple times in a 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3. Let's see if he can come up big. That player's behind the dumpster in mid. He's going to get caught from the head glitch there on the B-bomb.
Yeah, I mean, he had his... He was dashing around, obviously making a lot of noise. I think he had his perk, obviously enabling the silent mode. But Joe, obviously a little bit too wise for that. They knew the bomb was down at B, and that's all they were defending, just setting up in a tradable position. And Joe getting the advantage there. 4-3 in favor of Aware now. If they do want to, go anywhere in this series, they need to take the search and destroy for sure.
That was so tough with the bomb down there and 2 up. I mean, if he had nades, he might have been able to break in that right side, but without that, too tough. That gunfight, you are not going to win without a little bit of help. But we will see right here, last second switch. He is going to be the bomb carrier. You see PD. Oh, my God. Is he already up in B?
Oh, I've got to jump on board with PT. He's already in the enemy spawn. Makes the first blood once again, but does get taken down. 3 versus 3.
How did he got by a player? There was a second player there. I guess it was Parasite that cleaned it up. But, yeah, all of a sudden I look at the minimap, and he's on the B bomb site within 5 seconds of spawn. Yeah, he's a wild man. He'll play fast and loose, but he is 6-6, and he's kicking things off for his team here. Joe going to answer back. TK at risk right now of going down 5-3.
Yeah, Goonshaw's left in a 1 versus 3. He has shot his gun. He's been spotted. He's going to get taken down. That's 5-3. Even though PE, he kind of ran straight through mid-map, past the Atlas building, didn't even go through garage or the pit. He just went straight up those school stairs and made a pick, and I think it just caught TK off guard. They had to retreat. They made the kill, but then they just weren't in the position to kind of, counter-attack or even just get set up, and Aware just capitalized on that. But only 1 round away from taking this. Aware Gaming 5-3, and they will be in the defensive position right now.
Well, I got a feeling, if they're able to take this round here, TK on offense, I get a feeling they're going to shut PD down next round. Like that's 3 rounds in a row now. I think he's gotten that just really fast pick, and both times players haven't been ready for it.
Yeah, and I think he's doing exactly the same on the attacking side as well. TK, I think, have noticed that. They're actually going to go for the rotation. This is going to be interesting to see because they are quite well set up, and a few of the players from Aware are still at B. Rated does get a pick. Parasite gets taken down. Sharp's trying to answer back, but he's going to be stuck in a bit of a sticky position. Does get the kill.
Him getting stuck on a wall actually worked out for him there. I think he was trying to dash out through the doorway, but he ends up getting the kill. But despite that, they are down a man right now, 2 versus 3.
2 versus 3, 5-3 down. Sharp 3-7 at the moment. He really needs to step it up in this game of Search and Destroy. Does have the bomb in hand, using his grenades, and he's just watching that flank. I think it's just such a hard ask, especially 2 versus 3, and the time is ticking away.
And as much as I talked about Parasite, he's also struggling at 3-7. They've linked up together here, Sharp and Goon together on this far left side. They're at risk of being flanked if they don't make some plays here, because there are players going to be wrapping behind in just a matter of seconds. I think Sharp's going to get caught as soon as he shoots his gun. He should be shot in the back.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you've got to say, I think that was well played from Aware there. They did step out. They made the transition and flanked right round Garage. And Goonjar just simply isn't going to have enough time. That's going to go in favor of Aware. It's not something, I mean, obviously...
They took it. You picked them. I didn't think you were going to. I thought you were going to change your mind, but you stuck with it, and they took it 6-3. Incredible stuff there by the members of Aware.
Yeah, I mean, to be so dominant in Hardpoint and going to that Search and Destroy, they must have had so much confidence. But maybe TK have just said, hang on a second, we've just been beaten in this Search and Destroy. Not drastically, but pretty bad. And they were caught off guard a few times with Pete, and that's something they probably weren't expecting. The guys from Europe, obviously, when going into a game against PT, they almost expect that, and they're a bit more...
He got away with a couple kills he shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Absolutely should not have got. Especially that one on Sharp. I mean, I thought he was dead. For sure. But it manages to shoot off the foot there, clean up the kill. You see the stats coming up for that one. But game number 3, I believe it's going to be a Sin CTF. This is one where I think the respawns are going to be really difficult for Aware to keep up. But again, this is the first matchup we've had where I think, again, we thought it would go. We're working out with Rio. We're not already through 2 games. I just think this one matches up really well. Aware, again, had the best COD champs finish of any EU teams. TK, pretty newly formed, and as a history with the org, I mean, they're pretty up. They're as up and down as any team gets, really. I mean, back in the Black Ops 2 days, it was guaranteed second pretty much every event, but that has not been the case for them over the past year or so. So this one, I don't know, it might go the distance. You pick what, 3-2?
I picked 3-2 in favor of TK.
It's looking like that could be the case. I'm sticking with my 3-1.
I think in this capture the flag for sure, I'd say, like Respawns, I'd expect TK to take them. But I'd be looking at, if anyone step up from Aware, is Watson just to kind of go off, get a lot of kills.
I don't know why I did that. I'm a big fan of Sherlock Holmes.
Well, that's good.
The show's phenomenal. Movies are great as well. And I occasionally become an old British man.
I think you pulled the accent off pretty well.
Yeah,
I've got to say.
I was impressed.
It sounds like you've been practicing.
It just came out. I even tried.
But yeah, as I was saying, Watson is the man to step up for Aware.
Yeah.
I've got to say, maybe Parasite. Nameless to me, when I've watched him over previous Call of Duty, he's always someone with a positive kill-death ratio. He's always in the right place and putting up big numbers.
Not in that one.
But yeah, like you said, Search and Destroy there. 5-7 he finished off there. Not his best game. But going into this series, I think, with a new TK roster, sometimes it was all on Sharp to do the objective. And I think now Parasite's kind of come in. He does kind of help out with a bit of both sides of objective, slaying, and just all-round leadership.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I mean, you're not going to see that really. I mean, Nameless is just going to slay. Goon is just going to slay. You'll see kind of that 1A, 1B role kind of now with these guys from the objective standpoint. And we've seen a lot more in this particular title just because of how fast it plays. I mean, outside of being the bomb carrier, there hasn't really been a true objective player. Just because there's not... You don't really get these long setups like in Black Ops 2 where you'd have hill control, you'd have your designated person that's in the hill. It plays too fast. I mean, if you're the man there, you got to get in the hill.
Absolutely.
Let the rest of your teammates slay out. So it plays a little bit differently. I know you have your ARL role, your sub role, but it's just too fast to get the setup you kind of want at most times.
Yeah, there's no definite role. I mean, everyone's going to be versatile in this game, and I think that's where
why I love it too.
People have stepped up a little bit, and new people have come into the scene. The guys from Team Revenge, obviously, they were almost unheard of in previous titles. But when you've got a versatile player that like those guys of TK, and even the guys from Aware, they need to be able to do everything.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. We should be kicking off the CTF in just a moment here, but for this one, I'm going to go 4-1 TK.
I'm going to go 4-1 Aware.
I don't know why I'm picking so specific. Oh, 4-1 Aware. You go. All right. This is.
I'm confident now.
Okay. All right. Game is getting ready to
load. with that win that Aware's come off, I think they've almost kind of said, yeah, we can with this game. Look what we've just done to them. But it's going to be exciting to see. Let's jump on board. Aware versus TK. Ascend capture the flag. It's going to be interesting to say the least. Obviously, we've just seen in previous games. I don't know how the denial one went, but TCM kind of dominated Infused.
Oh, yeah, it was like 6-1, I think it was for denial. So absolutely controlled it from the break for the most part. Who do you want to kick things off with?
Let's jump on board with Parasite. I want to see what he's using because, again, he's a versatile player who can do anything. Whether he's going to be using, as you can see, an ASM-1, maybe playing that a little bit more objective with Sharp, or if he's just going to kind of be a bit sneaky, go around, because Parasite is one of those players which he's just kind of very knowledgeable and always plays a little bit differently.
He can have some wild flag routes too when he gets wrong, but I think a player is waiting right behind him, so he didn't for some reason hear that gunfire, which started a good 2 seconds before he actually dropped. Didn't react to it, but he will eventually fall. We do have our first flag pull, but that's going to get shut down pretty much immediately as 2 kills come in on the kill feed from Aware. We're going to stick it with Goon here, rocking the bow. He's going to be on this far right side, tries to pick that player off the head glitch, but that's such a difficult shot.
Yeah, the flag has been pulled. Parasite, this is the guy to watch. He is going to be in the face, and it looks like he's going to find one player with his teammates. He's going to get challenged, but I think he's going to play that in. Only 45 seconds gone, and already 1-0 in favour of the guys in TK here. And they just look kind of dominant straight away, but Goonshot just fallen off the map there. Aware having to answer back. But this is a map where I think a lot of kind of counter caps will play into it.
All right, we'll throw the COD vision on here for you guys just so we can get eyes on. You saw the first cap come in. Parasite so good at those routes. Able to, just watching that at the top left of the minimap, like he was just zigging and zagging. You saw a player basically chasing him that entire time, but he was able to eventually punch it through. PD able to get one, sees a second player, not able to clean that one up. Another player going to be nameless, going to be pushing mid-map in just a moment here. This should be his gunfight to win, but no, not able to take his nameless. Will pick him off.
Yeah, Aware were just kind of defending right there. There was no aggression, there was no pushing out, but they needed to do that. They've already, sacrificed one flag, and it looks like all the kills are going in favor of TK. Sharp putting up a big double kill there. Parasite answering with one himself, and when it looks like we're going to see another flag pull, that is going to be Parasite once again, and Nameless, still defending his own flag, and that is going to look pretty strong for the guys in TK.
And they've got it out here. There's one person mid-map to stop that. That was Watson. He did shut it down. There's a player. It's going to be Goon. He should possibly be able to get the flag pull, but he had 2 players to deal with. Kills one, tries to pre-fire that mid spot, but he will get taken out from the right. 3 minutes left to go in this first side. So far, TK in complete control.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. TK kind of just seem a little bit more dominant, even though, kill to death ratios aren't everything. They just kind of have the map control and awareness a little bit better from the guys on Aware. And like Sharp, the way that he's just wrapping around here, he's going to come behind 2 of the guys from Aware, taking down 1. His team have fallen, and it looks like there might be a flag pull. Quite a few players be taken down. Sharp's just going to slow down a little bit, as he does know. I mean, you've got to say Sharp there. Just the play. He's not played any objective. He's just flanked around, got a few kills on the board. Only 2 minutes left on the clock, but he's got that 1-0 advantage.
And there is a player that got in behind. That's going to be Parasite. Let's see if he can get a free flag pull. He's got a little bit of help at the front base, too. As soon as this kill gets called out, if his teammates can clean it up, he should pull this one. And shots coming in. He's got help up top, but no one able to get a kill. He's just waiting for one of these guys to drop, and he's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, you can see in the top left-hand corner there, Parasite is waiting to pull this flag. All of Aware are actually in his base. He's going to make the pull. He's going to dash away to his team, knowing where a team is going to spawn. And he's going to try and get out of there. However, he's going to be faced up against PEP. He's going to make the big challenge. He's going to get 1-1. Parasite coming out on top.
Great stuff there by Parasite. Yeah, he was waiting for like 1 or 2 to drop or that to happen. The entire team pushed into his side, into his base. It gives him a pretty easy flag route with his teammates. I think he had one kind of spawn middle to help him out as well. 3 down right now. and that's going to be a 2-0 advantage currently for TK. Minute 20 left to go in the first side.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking more in favor of your prediction of 4-1. Aware, PE trying to answer back here on the first half. I mean, going into the, half-time almost 2-0 down, you really don't want to be doing that. You want to be answering, maybe a 1 flag deficit at most. They're trying their best to kind of be aggressive as they can, but it's just trading in favor of TK, and the flag has been pulled. It's going to go into another stalemate. Rated's trying to sneak away, and he's going to manage to do that. Joe picking up a big 2-piece himself, and it looks like the flag has been, in fact, returned.
Can he get in? No, the flag pull comes in. Who got the actual pull? That's going to be Parasite. Shuts it down, and I believe they got the return as well.
I mean, Parasite, he not only pulled that away, he let his team pick up the kill, he jumped back and returned his flag there. Even though all the kills were in favor of Aware, nothing came of it, and that is the importance of the capture the flag. You need to secure those points and take advantage. TK dominating the kill feed there once again. We're surely going into the second half. 2-0 in favor of Team Caliber.
Oh, that's brutal. Especially, you see that player with the flag. You have it. The home cap in sight. He's, 5 feet away, and you see Parasite just soar across like Batman, able to get the flagpole there, and no caps going to come in for Aware. It's going to be a 2-0 advantage. Great stuff here from TK as they look to try and take a 2-1 series lead.
Yeah, TK have got to be happy with their performance. Obviously, they've just lost the Search and Destroy. They've come out back on their respawn. They know they should be winning every single respawn with the Slain power that they do have, and they're doing exactly that. Watson, 14 and 12, trying to answer back for the guys on Aware, but just not enough. I mean, the kills are pretty much even, but it's just been dominant inside. The flags have just all gone TK's way, and it's been clear just from the map control.
Well, 1-2. I mean, they got that last flag cap, and I mean, that would have been pretty even side. Yes, the lead would have gone to TK, but for the most part, if you're just looking at pools, slaying, pretty even. But the scoreboard's all that matters. 2-0 advantage right now for TK. Let's see. I think you need an early cap here from Aware if they're going to stay in this one. If TK is able to fire one through here in the first couple of minutes, I think it's just going to be too much to overcome.
Yeah, and Watson's trying to go for that flank, trying to get in the enemy base, but Nameless has got the flag. He's going to make a bit of a dash out, doing a bit of a bamboozling run here. He's going to come in the face of an enemy, but he's actually sneaked away from him as well. Nameless is making the most of complex runs here. Does get taken down. Watson with a big 2-piece himself. But again, TK can do this. They can afford to pull and trade if you like. But, they need to, put some points on the board for Aware. Joe's actually got the flag in hand, does make a kill. Let's jump on board with Joe, see what he can do. He's going to see 3 players.
The whole team flying at him. Yeah, he was in trouble there. He had a nice kill on Parasite, but not able to turn it into more as the entire TK side just streaming at him there through the corridor.
Yeah, and I mean, Aware are going to kind of go all out here. You can see the kills are in their favor. TK just need to be in the right positions to trade, not let their flag get away from their base. But P is doing absolutely everything to say no and try and get back into this capture the flag. Watson with a few kills himself does pick up the flag. It does get taken out. This is what I mean with TK.
That kill would have been a decent pull for them. One of the better ones if he was able to pick up that kill in the back. But unfortunately, good positioning there from TK, able to shut it down. Rated gets 2. Parasite though going to answer right back. 3.5 left to go. Sharp able to shut that down and should get a flag pull here. That player spawns across though. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, and again, this is where all the teams need to reset. They're going to have this battle in the middle, Bal versus Bal. Rated just take down Parasite. Nameless answers back with Watson. And, Watson, again, he's trying everything he can do. 20 and 16, but it's just not reflecting. They need to get a flag pull with 3 minutes left on the clock. They need to do something. They need to do it now.
All right, we see Goon here playing with the AR. Got one there. He jumped off. I thought he jumped off the map again. Able to dash back, though, stay alive. 2 kills for each side on the kill feed right now. No flag pulls yet. Aware. Joe had a chance, but just gets pushed back by a hail of grenades and gunfire.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking a lot of damage here. He's going to come up in the face of Nameless. Does take down one. PE answers back as well with Goonjar going down. This is Aware's chance really to do anything. Joe just kind of dipping and diving around with his flag. He's actually opted to go through right through the middle.
Out of one of the players at TK, and this should be a cap as long as he doesn't get stuck on anything, but he gets shut down, and that's in a pretty poor position, but it's going to fall right to PD, and they will fire it through, trailing by 1 with just over 2 to go. That's exactly what Aware needed.
And that is PE and his teammate there left on their own in their flag, and it looks like the flag's going to go in hands of TK. PE answering back, but the flag is still outbound, and Parasite is going to pick that up. Rated's in a really, really good position here, but he's got about 2 or 3 players to kill. His teammates are really backing him up. It looks like Joe's actually pulled the flag. This could go to a stalemate.
Rady going to get caught there. Yep, the timing there, unfortunately, does not work in his favor. So he will get shut down. But like you said, we are going to have a bit of a standoff here. Where obviously needs this to go their way. For TK, I mean, you want this to last as long as possible. You're happy with the standoff right now. Watson able to get the kill, but not get the return. Nameless, flag back in his hands.
Yeah, Nameless he's in a good position, but he's obviously in a position where he could, you know, if he takes one wrong foot, he could be off the map. So he's backed off here to the back right with the support of his teammate. Like you said, you know, they can afford to just sit back. You know, Parasite and Nameless picking up big kills there. Watson is the only one alive. It looks like the flag's been returned. Could TK end this? That's going to be 3-1. Nameless puts it in. Only 1 minute on the clock. You've got to see TK taking this.
I mean, that worked out beautifully for TK. Not only did you make the standoff last about a minute or so, you ultimately end up getting the cap as well, and that's just the icing on the cake. I don't know if there's any shut this down. I mean, they punch through one more. There it is. 4-1 lead, 60 seconds to go. Don't put through any more, TK. I said 4-1. Just stop. Just slay. Pad your stats. Pad your stats. You want nothing to do with the flag.
Rated. He's got to try and get a consolation flag and prove Maven wrong.
I don't want this either.
No, and he's going to get, you know, he's going to get shut down. Joe's going to pick it up. Can he put this in? Let's see what he can do. Only 40 seconds on the clock. It looks like the flag's been taken. They're doing everything to prove Maven right, and he's actually going to get that flag. Whether he can get that out, I'm not sure, but Parasite just doesn't need to. He can just sit back and just chill.
Yeah, Parasite, though, somehow almost made him in map. I think a headbutt the wall there, so he couldn't sneak through. 25 seconds remaining here. We'll take a look through the stats just to see what the guys did in the slaying department. The thing that stands out the most for me, though, we talked about Parasite's flag routes. He has 3 caps of the 4. I know 2 kind of came at the end there, and not really garbage time, but 2 in the last minute or so. But still, incredible stuff out of Parasite 2018 with the 3 caps. As time is going to wind down, of course, they put through 1 more. My prediction's incorrect. It's 4-2.
I was just about to say. It was looking so good to predict both the team winner and the score.
Like a wizard.
But you've got to hand it to TK. They did seem very dominant in that. As well as the hard point, their respawn just seems on point right now. Search and Destroy maybe was a little bit of an upset, but you know they've got another respawn next. It's going to be Uplink comeback. Now
I'm glad that you knew what it was, because I haven't gone to a game 4 yet. I had no idea, even though I've seen it pop on the screen several times. At my age, my memory is much more short term, and by short term I mean like game to game.
Yeah, and
I can't stretch it beyond that.
Uplink comeback. I've obviously watched Americans play this and Australians.
I love it. It's my favorite game type by far in this game.
But it just seems Americans are that one step ahead. It just seems to me that they work as a team a little bit better.
Well, there's a reason for that. You guys thought it was a good idea not to play it for a month.
Well, we didn't know exactly whether it was going to be in the rule set, but it was very silly for us to do that.
Yeah, it was a good month, and we got practice in. I know, thinking back to the first Columbus Open, you know, people were kind of upset about it at first. You know, we don't really want to play blah, blah, blah. It had the best games ever at that first Open event, and now it just continues to be my favorite game type. Just the number of comebacks we've seen on comeback has just been absolutely phenomenal. But our first game number 4 of the day, unless there was one on the other stage, in which I have no idea.
We don't know that yet, but I'm just excited to see it from the plays that you make. Obviously, the throws that you can do, the passing. It's just different to what we've seen in any past Call of Duty, and that's the exciting thing about Uplink. I'm excited to kind of see TK.
It's like Unreal Tournament, or has there been anything like it for the most part? It's just such a breath of fresh air in the first-person shooter genre. It's been fantastic to watch.
Absolutely, as a spectator as well, it just gets so tense when you have those close matches. And if you're 1 point down, you can go from losing to winning, and that's what I think is so good, really. About hardpoint, you can see kind of like a slow win or a slow defeat, and almost like we saw in the first game, it was over with like a minute left to go. With Uplink, you can see those games, but there's a lot of
you see just huge swings. I mean, you'll see. I've seen a team win like 10-0 first side and then end up losing the game in OT or something. It's just a wild one. I picked 3-1 for the series. Though that TK was going to take it. The respawns is where I thought that Aware would struggle. So this is TK's opportunity to close out, and I do think they will. But then again, we've seen they've actually been up, for the most part, Aware has kept up in the slaying department. Yes, I think pretty much every player there was negative, but only negative 2 to 5.
2 or 3,
nothing crazy. They've kept up for the most part, especially Watson. They need him to go off, in my opinion, in this map. But again, this one, I mean, yes, is it about slaying, especially when you can get the kind of spawn slaying going, get that relay going, but Uplink's a game type. You'll see teams be able to put points up with those 1-point throws. You don't really have to get that many big kills.
Okay. Who do you want to jump on board with, Maven, straight away?
I want to go with Sharp because he is adorable.
Let's have a look at Sharp, see what he's using. See, Sharp to me, oh, I was going to say why is he using the Bal, but he is. He's using the Bal. To me, he's more of that objective player, but maybe the switch things up. There we go.
There it is. Well, we saw him go to roll with that Bal earlier today, though. Put up some great numbers. He's pushing straight through bottom middle. He's got 1. He's got 2. Crossing, able to pick up the first kill and get the assist on the other. Great start. Now, this is all going to come down to glass. You got to get control of that building that hovers right over the drone spawn. Sharp gets shots in another. Is someone going to help him out? No, he will eventually fall, and that is going to be the Slayer from Aware, Watson.
Absolutely. The satellite drone is in hand of Petey. Currently 0-1, but he's making a strong push to the opponent's base. He's going to go for the throw. Does make the first play of the game. That's 1-0 in favor of Aware.
Nice toss there from Petey.
Yeah, that was kind of.
He can get first bloods, and he's got a nice arm.
Exactly, and he knows how to play this, even though his team were on a bit of a back foot then. You know, he stepped up, and Watson is doing exactly the same, making 2 kills of his own. Parasite answering back in good fashion as well, with 2 for himself. Nameless makes the kill, but again, the satellite drone's thrown in. That's 2-0 for Aware.
Yeah, that's a bit of what I was talking about. Look at this slang right now. I mean, for the most part, 4-1 Parasite, 3-1 Nameless, but 2-0 lead right now for Aware. Oh, no! Did Nameless just choke the toss? Sitting in the corner, that should lead to a dunk, though, as long as he get this kill. Yeah, it's going to come through. I couldn't tell if he was trying to get it in the corner, if he was actually going for the 1-pointer.
Yeah, and that levels it up 2-2. I think Nameless was actually going for the point. He's 4-1 right now, doing everything for his team. Like you said, Watson needs to step it up. He's 6-2, currently 6-3 now, just goes down. The satellite drone is in hands of Petey. Petey is just, we talk about him going for these first bloods. It's like he's no fear. He just picks up that satellite drone and runs. He doesn't even seem to try and get the kills.
Yeah, I mean, Petey, 99% of his gameplay is the element of surprise.
Yeah, and I think obviously for players which maybe not accustomed to playing against him, it does come as a surprise to them, and it is catching them off guard a little bit. But 2-2, all even. You know, Goonjar getting control of this glass building, which you've said is so important. He's doing that for the guys on TK. Satellite drone is reset.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at a direct correlation. I mean, if you control glass for a majority of the game, in my opinion, 9 times out of 10, you're going to win the game. That's just the way it plays out, because, again, you control this drone spawn area. Goon gets 1. Timing doesn't work out as this side as he is going to flip check his back, but unfortunately there was another guy pushing in from the front glass there. We are going to get eyes on with Joe. We are just under 3 to play, still tied 2-2. We had action early, but nothing in the scoring department over the last 60-90 seconds. Okay,
PE was the only one alive there for his team. Parasite's going to take the drone in hand. He's going to go surely for the 2-point. I really think he should have made that play, but maybe for Parasite, he's just getting that point, getting the lead, and getting in their base.
In my opinion, you go for the dunk when your entire team is in their spawn. I don't know if you noticed, but all 4 players of TK were just standing in a line in their base. A little bit surprised he didn't go for the dunk, but maybe they were worried about the spawn coming in.
Yeah.
But we will see Joe as he's going to wrap.
Absolutely. He's going to try and level this up or even take the lead. His teammates are making a few good plays, but he's going to get taken down. He should have made that throw. It was a decision he made. It didn't pay off. Parasite capitalized on that with a 2-piece of his own. But Rated is still chasing this and trying to put this in for his team. Does get taken down. The drone is going to be thrown out in the hands of Aware Joe right now. It just seems so back and forth.
Yeah, and Joe should get points. Now, let's see if he learned his lesson. This time he goes for the toss, and it gets intercepted, but the interception is going to lead to a dunk. The players are flying in right now. They shut it down again. Did the dunk go through? No. No points going to come in. Raiden has the opportunity to try and shut it down. Teammate gets it. That one, I thought for sure they were going to get 1 or 2 there. Nothing comes out of it. Great defensive stand there from TK.
Absolutely. I'm still amazed by every single, I could watch Uplink all day, and when I see an interception like that, just so close to their base, it's just amazing.
Just misses the toss there, just trying to get it in for his teammates. We'll get the assist before he drops. We are going to watch Parasite here. He is going to be your drone carrier. They're wrapping towards yellow, going to get shut down there. And typically, you very, very rarely see teams push from this side. All of the aggression is going to come from glass side. You'll try to sneak that in from time to time, but you'll see it will get shut down. Is that green side is where most of the spawns are going to be coming in.
Yeah, and I think they've realized that both teams now will be trying to get control of the glass area. Pete's doing great work for his team here, just to hold them off, really. He's going to get shut down. Grenade after grenade was coming into him, then he had no health left. 3-3. We usually see, obviously, a lot of scores on Comeback Uplink, especially this map, where you'll see people finish off with 10 and stuff like that, but it's just so even in the slaying department. Well, I say that, but it's more in favor of TK, but Aware just hanging on.
And that's how it's been all series, just sort of hanging on. That's when it comes to the respawns. But a nice toss came in. I believe that was Parasite. And they've taught Parasite, he's the Kobe of Uplink. You'll see he has all 4 points. He brags about it on Twitter. He'll put up big numbers in the Uplink department, and he's got every point for his team. They got a 1-point advantage, 18 seconds left on the clock. Can rated fire one through. He had one to cover him up top. Going to provide a bit of a decoy here. This should be a dunk, and it goes through. 1-point advantage here for Aware as the final seconds tick away.
And that's what I love about Uplink is, where we're going into the half there, losing, and now they're going into the half winning. It's just, one switch of play like that can completely turn the game. Obviously, we've got a whole 5 minutes left to play. They're going to switch sides. We're only 1 point ahead. Obviously, Aware are only 1 point ahead. But Parasite, 18 and 13, all 4 uplinks to his name, leading this squad right now. Whether he'll turn on something special and go even further off, I don't know, but he needs to finish this 3-1.
Yeah, they need to put. I don't think. Well, I mean, I can tell you with 100% certainty, they do not want to go to a Game 5 S&D. They need to close this out here. You saw how the Game 2 S&D went in the favor of Aware as they took that one, and they looked like the better team. To be honest, I know it can break down differently by map, but they looked like the stronger S&D team. TK needs to win this respawn. 2-piece comes in for Parasite. They're going to get drone control, and they're going to start the push.
Absolutely. Let's jump on board with Sharp. Does get taken down by Watson, doing exactly what he needs. However, let's have a look for let's open the mini-map for you. Let's see what's going on here on Comeback Uplink. We are currently 2-1 in the series for TK. Aware need to really win this. Otherwise, they're going out at 3-1. It's the first game of the group. PT and Rated doing work, and Watson again joining in there. Only 1 point in this uplink.
Yeah, and real quick, while we has a little bit of lull in the action, we should have a dunk coming through here. If it doesn't get shut down, they're 7-4 advantage right now, so they take the 3-cap lead. Just so we can explain real fast how this is working, this isn't your typical round robin pool play. It's more double elimination pool play. So we have the top half of your pool, bottom half. Winners go on and play, losers go on and play. And you play it out, just imagine like a miniature double elimination bracket with the top 2 coming out into the quarters. So just for you guys at home, a little bit different than you might be used to.
It just leveled it up there. Parasite just jumped on board with him, 21 and 16, extending his capture uplinks to 5 now for his team.
It took
but
me to explain
7
that,
and
3
7,
caps
so close. Yeah.
Oh, man, this game plays so fast. Last time I tried to explain that, has 3 points went through, but 3.5 to go. And like you said, Momo, tie game. Drone in the hands of Parasite. Yeah,
Parasite is doing absolutely everything for his team. He's going to go for the 1-point play and makes it so close interception there.
Yeah.
But, these 1-point plays can win you the game, especially in, maps like this where the points are so close. 3 minutes, 15 left on the clock. Joe trying to answer back for his team. Satellite drone in hand. However, he's got his team around him, and Watson's putting up big numbers.
There's only one to beat. This should be a dunk unless he gets dropped from the back, but they still should have this. They have the entire base. They forced that green wall spawn for the members of TK, so they are going to take a 1-point lead. That's what, our 5th lead change? This has been so incredibly back and forth, and this should be another. They've got the base on lock.
Yeah, Pete is just going off. He's on a next level right now. He's just made 3 kills. Going to pass it to his teammate. He doesn't even want the points. He wants to make kill after kill, and that's what he's doing. The scary thing is right now, Aware have full control of TK's base, and they're not getting it back anytime soon.
Yeah, and they've had one player just relaying this drone over and over. That should be one more. Nice toss there. 4-point advantage halfway through this second side. They've got to get control of glass. The problem is that TK's been forced to spawn out of green for the last 60 seconds or so. Now they've wrapped it. They've got the spawn in their control. They've got control of this yellow side. They're pushing now with the drone. They've got to turn this into points. There's plenty of time left. This should be an easy dunk.
Yeah. And they need to make these dunks. They're still 2 points
behind.
One
player able to get the big kill though.
That's absolutely Nameless going to pick up the drone straight away, and he's going to go for a play. Joe with a big 2-piece himself. Sharp's trying to answer back, but there's still 2 minutes on the clock. This is not over. Aware have not won this yet, but Joe is trying to make a play of his own. Goes for the 1-point play, extending his lead, 13 and 10. This is just I can't even keep up with this myself.
Yeah, this has been so back and forth, but we've had a pretty solid lead here, 3-4 at least for the Aware guys for the past couple of minutes here. So they've got a bit of control, minute 40 or so left in the clock. Drone control is going to go to TK, but they've tossed it. Still just sitting front glass. They're just battling for this spot.
Yeah, and Rated's going to pick that up. He's got his knife in hand, does get taken down. But looking at the minimap there, Aware are going to take control of TK's base once again. I believe he's going to go for the 1-point play. He's got to make that, and he's got to go in there. 14-10 right now. TK needs to answer back quickly, and they need to do it in great succession, and they need some dunks.
TK's been able to do nothing about their base. Their base has just been locked down. This is a party right now for Aware. They just keep rallying it in. They're going to close this one out unless TK can work a miracle here, as they've done nothing on this side. that just get destroyed in their own base. Petey able to take him down from behind. He's going to wrap this right back. He only has really one to beat at home. They are at least spawning in their base for the first time this half.
Oh,
able
no.
to melee one. Goes for the one-pointer. He just comes up a little bit short there, but Watson Mighty here for the dunk. Able to shut it down. 18-10, 45 seconds left.
Do you know what? I'm so impressed with a European team to come out and, and actually take the uplink. It's something that surprised me when we went into this. I thought, this has got to go TK's way. But, aware of not only one, they've nearly doubled the points from Team Caliber, and that's something that I'm very, very surprised at. All the guys on Aware have put a shift in here. 8 uplinks for rated here.
The problem is, what they were trying to do there is they kind of split to a degree. They were forcing him out at green. 2 were kind of pushing by green wall, trying to defend their base. The other 2 going to the drone. In my opinion, just let them score 2 more. Put all 4 by the damn drone. If they don't get the drone, they can't keep relaying. But they kept splitting over and over again. And you just saw TK had no idea how to deal with the entire team of Aware in their base.
Yeah, and I've got to say that the real killer there for TK was when they just lost their base control.
Yeah, but like 3 different times, though, and they just couldn't deal with it. Screw your base. Go get control of the drone then. Let them have the base, get the drone control, and then worry about it. They just kept kind of splitting towards drones, splitting towards the base, and they were getting shut down everywhere. Phenomenal stuff from Aware.
Now, Search and Destroy Riot.
You said 3-2. You said in favor of TK. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to take the American team in Game 5?
I've got to stick with what I said. I think it's going to end up 3-2. And I thought if it was to, go to Game 5 like this, I mean, the composure that the guys from TK have, the experience they have on their team, the likes of Parasite. Yes, they did lose their first Search and Destroy, which, I didn't really see happening.
Yeah.
But, Game 5, anything can happen.
We thought this one would be close. I'll tell you one thing. I did not think the uplink. Just to be honest, I think Aware had any chance to win the uplink against this TK roster, especially with Parasite again. He is just Mr. Dunk Master, putting up so many uplinks time and time again. Whether we're talking online, whether we're talking on land, the man is a magician. But they come up short. They get rolled in that second half, and now it all comes down to a Game 5 S&D
on Riot.
I'm taking TK, but I don't like my pick at all.
I
don't feel good about it.
3-2 to TK, so I kind of preempted that it would go to Game 5 and TK would win it. So, but now I'm kind of thinking, how good we're Aware in that first Search and Destroy. So,
honestly, everything says to me Aware is going to take this. But we both took TK in the series. We're sticking with it. But Aware looking so strong. What is Map 5 going to be?
It's Riot Search and Destroy.
Right. Okay.
Now I'm in this position. I really want Aware to take it. I know that sounds biased. Right? I'm sure you're on kind of TK's favor, but I'm not sure. I really don't know.
Well, this is a fun map because it's really the only map that favors the offense to some degree compared to every other map. This one you'll see a lot of offensive rounds taken. Because that at B side is just so easy to get to and very hard to defend. That'll be the thing to watch for me is who's able to take a couple of defensive rounds.
Yeah, and I think. Again, PT, experience playing with him.
He's going to be so annoying on this map.
He will just run through the middle of the map, through that prison, and he'll just do, on one round he'll go fire, one round he'll go up top.
And you can get behind him flank so easy on this map. Especially, like if you're all focusing on B, you'll have one guy maybe kind of watching that A side, watching the flank, or one guy's kind of sitting in the back on that side watching the flank. But PT can come from anywhere.
Absolutely, and you've got to say, PT, I'm going to jump on board with him straight away, purely because I'm just excited to see what he can do. But I really hope that TK adapt to it. I want TK to kind of say, right, that PT guy, he kept running those. Let's just see what he does this game.
Let's all 4 sit and spawn and wait for him to run this, because eventually he's going to find his way there.
Okay.
No, they shouldn't actually do that.
Let's see what we can do.
I was kidding, TK.
Who is on the attack team? It is Aware. Let's jump on board with PT. Let's get that COD vision on so you guys can see where everyone is. Let's just expand that minimap for you. So Aware on the attack. I mean, to me, from the European side, every single thing seems to go to A, and I've probably said that, and they'll probably rush B
I mixed them up completely. I meant A when I was saying B the entire time. Yeah, A is the easy one to break. You'll see most teams flying right. This PD is just a man on a mission. He's going to catch that sniper so quickly. Drops down, gets a second one as well. PD with the 2-piece. Round win is going to be to Aware. And they just don't, do they understand that he's in the game? There's 3. Where's give the man the ace. Where's Nameless? Go hunting, PD.
Oh, his teammates stole that, but I'm sure he won't be disappointed. 3 kills to his name straight away. And you've got to say, on that attacking round, it worked out for him that time. But I want TK to kind of just say, this P guy is going to be in our base in about 3 seconds. We need to just, do something different.
Literally, 3 seconds, he's going to be in somebody's face.
But 3 kills to his name straight away. And PE is a player that plays with confidence. If he's, you know, I've seen him so many times drop donuts on Search and Destroy, and so many times go something ridiculous like, you know, 6-0 or 8-0 and stuff like that. But if anyone's going to stop him, we need the knowledge or something like Parasite to really step it up and you know, talk to his team.
I remember him going. I think it was like an 0-7. He at
yeah,
champs,
yeah,
he
for
had
sure.
An 0-7 series, and I was just like, oh god. after he had like 11-2. So yeah, you couldn't have hit it any more accurately. He is very back and forth. But as it stands, all 4 up. Somehow PD has not died or gotten a kill. And is that him? No, Rated. Will steal the glory. There he is. PD answers right afterwards. Able to get Nameless. Watson gets one as well. And this right now is just all in the hands of Aware. Diffuse coming in. 2-0 lead. And what can you say? Right now, no one has a kill. Oh, TS died from.
You've got to say, I mean, TK, you know, like you said at the start before the first Search and Destroy, Parasite, you know, is just so good at Search and Destroy. His knowledge about the game and how it plays.
Against Aware.
But yeah, it's just not working. I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, I can't go away from PE. He's 4-1. I really want to see what he does. Does he do the same route? Does he change something different? Knowing PE, he'll probably jump over
If
it.
he runs up and shoots this sniper in the face again, I swear to God.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to
change up the routes.
But look, so diverse, does get taken down. Again, he is first-blooded this time. That's PE all over. He's going to leave his team in a 3 versus 4, but his team can't be that disappointed. Yeah. He's done so well through the previous Search and Destroys. They've actually seemed to swap over to B, and it doesn't look like TK have read that yet.
That was really good by Sharp. I mean, instead of going 3rd story, he went to 2nd story and just stood behind that head glitch. So he's like, come on, sprint at me on a head glitch. We'll see how this goes for you. Really good job adapting there. But Watson will answer back. We've got a 3 versus 3. Going for the plant. Sharp might be able to catch this. He's still indoors. He's not going to come through. Joe's got that covered as well. The plant should definitely get down.
Yeah, and I've got to say, right now, TK need this round to go 3 down in Search and Destroy. Is not a position you want to be in. Parasite is making an all-important kill. Rated and Watson. Rated now in a 1 versus 3. Can he do this? No.
Oh, Sharp just lights him up there, able to take it, and that is going to be a defensive round win. So that's a big one for TK here. It's like we've talked about. It's very easy to get a plant in this particular map. You can get the bomb down so easily. I think they bounce back here on offense. I think this one's going to go 2-2.
I think they need it for sure. To go kind of 3-1 and be just kind of playing catch-up all the time, Search and Destroy is not where you want to be. I want to jump. Let's see what Nameless is maybe doing wrong at the moment. He's 0-3. He needs to adapt his playstyle, because the thing is with Nameless, he's a player which, you know, puts up such big numbers, but in Search and Destroy he's really struggling against Aware, and maybe that's just the style of play that he's getting face down. Again, PT, first blood. Watson answering with a 1 himself, but does get taken down. 2 versus 3. Parasite and Goonjar left here on their own.
PD, the world's most irritating person to play against.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He gets another first blood though. Parasite though, we talked about his abilities. He's able to get one. It's going to be a 1 versus 2 though. He's got Joe and Rated to go up against. He's going to grab that bomb. He's got a ton of time to work with. Just under a minute to go. You can see how far back both of them are playing right now.
If anyone's going to be able to do this, it's going to be Parasite. I mean, for a very brief, probably millisecond, it was a 1 versus 3. So can he pull this off, you know, to progress? He would be, you know, 6-2. He's on a 4-kill streak right now. The great thing about Parasite is he plays at his own pace. You know, he's slowing down. He's only got 30 seconds, but he knows what he needs to do. And he's been in this, he's been in this situation so many times before. He's going to get taken a few bullets to him there, but he does manage to dash away.
All right, I think he heard them run by and hoped that they were transitioning back towards the other side. If he checks his corners here, he might be an easy shot back.
No. Yep. I mean, that's one of those things he's unfortunately got caught off guard, but Aware progressing through this game 3-1. You know, I mean, I can only see Aware right now kind of taking this, but, you know, Nameless for his team really needs to step up, and I think the whole team needs to adapt of how Aware is playing. I know I've kind of said that time and time again, but, you know, if they don't do this now...
adjusted. I mean, they adjusted the 1 round to PD, and then the next round he gets first blood yet again. So, again, I think you should start with him just every time. I mean, he's going to be the first engagement.
Yeah. If he dies, we'll switch over. If he makes that kill, we'll probably stay on board with him. 5-3. Doing absolute work. I think he's going to change it. This is...
Oh, well, that stun slowed it down.
See, this is what I like. TK have kind of... They've almost seen what's happening.
Still
gets thrown a few stuns out. Yeah. And
I thought they had vision
still does it.
I thought they had vision on him through that gate. Apparently not, as he just kind of ran out. Joe able to get one as well. 4-2 advantage. This one, they're at risk of going down 4-1 in this one.
I think he's seen there. His teammate Rated actually picks up the kill. Shah's going to be left in a 1 versus 4. Aware Gaming are gonna say no. 4-1. This is the bit where, you know, if the next round goes in favor of Aware, I can't see TK coming back. TK really needs to step it up. You know, what is Nameless and Goonshot maybe doing, you know, wrong? I really don't know.
And Petey, though, he's got 7 and 3. I think he only. I know at one point he was pretty much even in the Detroit S&D, but he still was the same factor. He still was getting in annoying spots, just throwing them off their game. But like you said, Nameless 0 and 5, Goon 1 and 4, Sharp 2 and 4. I mean, the 3 of them are combined for what, 2 and 13?
I know. I mean, it's just not good enough for the guys on TK, and they need to step it up, and they need to do it now. They have round number 6 here in play. Looks like they're kind of playing a little bit more defensive. Maybe they're changing their style of play. I like the fact that they're trying something new, but Sharp is going to take out Joe. PE, for once, is not in the engagement, and again, this is going to go in TK's favor. 2 versus 4, PE and Rated all alone.
All right, this 4 versus 2, they've got to close.
They need this.
They're going to work. You see the bomb plane is going to go down at B. Both the players pretty much over by A. 4 aware. You're going to see the rotation going to be incoming. Parasite still in the back here.
Parasite's just trying to counter this PE play, and he's done it so well. He's just set back. He's not done anything rush. Rated's going to be left in a 1 versus 4. I don't think this is going to go his way. However, anything can happen in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare here. Gfinity, COD, Spring Masters. Let's see what he can do. Does get taken down. 4-2 in favor of Aware Gaming. You know, this could be a comeback from TK. I mean, we're going to have to see something special, but like I said at the start, they have the experience on their side. You know, the likes of Sharp has been playing Call of Duty for absolutely, you know, years upon years, multiple titles, and if he's going to step it up, he needs to do it now.
All right, well, this round, God, it could end up being everything. I think a 5-2 advantage with them going back to offense would be too much to deal with, but defensive stand here.
Let's jump on board with P. In fact, P, he's not got that ASM-1. He's pulled out a ball. He's done something different here.
Interesting.
I mean, it doesn't look like he's going any slower. The overclock is on, and he's going to be progressing further. That is what, you know, Sharp has kind of countered.
He's trying to mix it up. I don't think he really took that route yet, but Sharp was ready for him, and they should get a very quick plant here, though, despite the fact that he dropped. It is going to be a 3 versus 3. That's a good trade, at least. If Sharp's going to get that kill, Petey gets eyes on him, weakens him up, and then they can clean it up. Yeah,
3 versus 3. Nameless was in a fantastic position there. Just set up. Joe answers back. 2 versus 2. You know, TK really need this, and if Aware do take this round, it's pretty much theirs. It's a very, very important round here. Round number 7, 30 seconds left to go. The next kill is so vital. If, you know, Aware pick it up, they're in such a great position, but it goes in the hands of Parasite. Watson is all alone, but he's in such a good position here with only 20 seconds left to go.
And let's see how they decide to play this out. They know where he is. Now one just needs to push him and one needs to stick it. And that's exactly what they'll do, but they line up for him and he gets both. That could not have, I mean, when I say fly them, you got to get some shots coming in. Or, I mean, really what they did there was just sit there and hold hands.
I think the player who wasn't defusing the bomb needed to do some exo jumping or just make some distraction. But Watson was sat on that head glitch with a gun like a ball. He was just not going to miss that. And
yeah, and his bullets were hitting both of them. I mean, he was just kind of collaterally right through there because they're just, you got to at least give him 2 targets to consider there, not just be completely lined up. That could not have been played really any worse, and it's going to be a 5-2 advantage right now, 1 round away from taking this Game 5 and this first series in the pool.
Yeah, and I mean, for the first game, you know, Aware kind of making a bit of a, you know, stand, and I don't think a lot of people would have said them to top their pool by any means, but P, straight away, I mean, I would not call that, but ASM-1 takes down Nameless. 3 versus 4 in favor of the guys from Aware. Rated is currently on a 3-kill streak. Sorry, he's actually got 3 plants to his name, sorry. And currently topping the board. Joe, again, getting taken down. This is not looking good for TK. Parasite 1 versus 4 to save themselves from defeat.
All right, well, Parasite, you need to win this 1v4. Your team is going to go into, I guess you could say, the loser's bracket of your pool. As we'll see here, I think he got eyes on one on the right-hand side for just a second, but he is going to fall 6-2 Aware. They are going to take the series. I mean, do you call it, is it an upset? Yeah, I guess it is, despite the fact that Aware did so well at Champs. Yeah, you take a poll of 100 people, I think 90 are going to take TK in this. Yep. But Aware does manage to prove they can hang with the top American teams, and they will get the W. Petey in both S&Ds, yes, was a stat line better in this one, but in both of them, he was so irritating.
It's Mr. First Blood, by all means. Yeah. But progressing through this tournament, obviously, you know, players here are watching this style of play. If they're going to come up against Aware, they're going to know straight away what Pete's doing. But, you know, can they still counter it? You might be able to, you know, say, yeah, Pete's running at me. But from 3 or 4 different directions, anything can happen. Like you said, both we, you know, took TK. We both said TK would win this. And we've both been proven wrong. And, you know, I'm kind of shocked by it. But in you know, another sense, you know, Aware really stepped up, and except for that first hard point where they did seem, you know, quite defeatist, and obviously it was kind of a bit of a stamping from TK. They stepped it up.
Yeah, and we have another great matchup. I believe coming up next is going to be Strictly Business versus Epsilon.
Right.
Wow. We have some interesting rosters here because I think Epsilon's going to be what? Swanee, Mad Cat, Remy, and Facento?
That's right, yeah, obviously.
They got this 50-50. They got a global squad coming in here.
We've
which
never
will be
seen
fun
that
to watch.
before.
No, we haven't at all. I'm trying to think. I mean, yeah, Swanee had the little bit of time with Optic, but like the 50-50 split for a team at an event, I mean, at least not that I could think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, I mean, history of Call of Duty, we've seen maybe like Swanee's obviously played on American teams, and I think of it like Clayster back in COD Champs joined, three Europeans joined Unite. I think that was like Gunchi and a few others there, but 2 and 2, we've never seen this before.
Not that I can think of, so this
I'm excited.
Should be an incredible series. But thank you for watching that one. Congrats to Aware on taking their first series here at the Gfinity COD Spring Masters. We are going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back shortly with more Call of Duty action.
I lie in the dark, I feel I'm falling. Feel your hand